What's up, everyone? Ronnie Cruz here with Path of the Network Marketer 365-day video challenge, where I bring you a fresh new video every day chronicling my adventures as I learn how to navigate and leverage social media to build my network marketing business so that I can then in turn teach you to do the same. All right, so I got that one in under 20 seconds. Under 20 seconds. Town day, as you can see, I'm in my truck yet again. I don't know, it's been a little while since I've actually shot a video in my truck, but here we are. So you'll probably get a few videos today out of me in Town Day because it's helpful and it changes the scenery. I wanted to talk today about, I was listening to Russell Brunson, so I'm consuming a lot of Russell Brunson material right now because, I'm learning about ClickFunnels, and of course, it's like at this point, if you're learning online marketing, you can't learn it without hearing the name Russell Brunson, right? So I've subscribed to his podcast, and he has an episode that's pretty recent, talking about jumping in head first or just diving in, right? And he equates jumping into a cold lake, and the pain because of the cold, the pain that you experience if you go slow versus jumping in all at once, right? Jumping in head first, and it's a great analogy. It's a great analogy to when you're trying something new, or when you're on a journey of undertaking a new venture that has so many questions. There's so many uncertainties. Our human minds generally want to take it slow, and because it's change, right? The human mind doesn't like change. It's afraid of change. Change is risky. Change can potentially mean certain death, right? To the brain, anyways, right? To the brain, the unconscious mind still operates like a caveman. So anything that you're trying that's new or different, or you've never done before, your mind is always going to want to go slow. And to Russell's point, if you don't jump in head first, the brain is always going to find another reason to slow down, another reason to, okay, hold off a second, let's fix this. Hold off a second, let's fix this. So it's designed to do that. It's designed for you. It's designed to keep you safe. It's designed to keep things from changing because, that means, the brain equates it to certainty, not that it's necessarily safe anymore at this point in the modern age. So it wants you to take things slowly, because if you don't, it increases the risk, and increased risk could mean certain death. That's the mechanism in the human mind. So jumping in head first, just diving right into the water, it just plunges you into the action, so that you're not prolonging the discomfort, you're not prolonging the uncertainty, you're not prolonging the pain, as again Russell Brunson put it in his podcast. Which is exactly right. Like that's what making a decision to do something new. That's what it means. You got to just dive in head first. Don't overthink it. Sure, have a plan, but if you overthink it, then you're never going to get anything done, because again, your brain is going to find another reason why you shouldn't start yet. Right. So diving in head first, complete sense in that context. Another angle. Another layer to this conversation about diving head first, for me, also signifies commitment, right? Because once you're off the pier or off the diving board, you're committed. You're in the air, right? You're in the air, so you have no choice. But to hit the water, and it's how you hit the water will make a difference for sure. But you're hitting the water one way or the other, so you're committed. You're 100% in. Like in, what do we say, in Texas Hold'em, you're pot committed. There's no backing out now at this point, and that's what that to me is another really, really powerful and an important it's an important angle. It's an important lesson about diving in first, right? It's an important lesson of diving in first, because if you don't do that, if you don't commit, then again, your brain is going to find many, many reasons continually. It's going to continue to find reasons why not to get started, right? So you got to commit. You got to make the decision. Russell says this as well in the podcast episode, that the word decision means to cut yourself off from any other option, and so when when you find yourself delaying or making excuses, or just procrastinating, it's generally that you haven't made a strong decision, right? You haven't fully committed to the thing, because again, whatever the reasons, right? Like, it might be scary, there might be a lot of risk, there's definitely a lot of uncertainty. So that lack of self-confidence causes you to not fully commit, right? To not fully dive in head first. For me, like, if there's something that I want to accomplish, I got to dive in head first, because I'm not, I don't like testing the waters metaphorically, because nothing ever happens. Again, I talked about this in the episode with, when I talked about, action, right, execution. Yeah, execution. It was an episode a couple of weeks ago on execution. But you got to execute, because you, like, if I don't dive in head first, if I don't make a firm decision and commit to doing something, then I'm not going to do it, because I like it would be no point, right? If I don't get into action right away, if I don't rip that band-aid off, or jump in the cold waters of the lake, then I will have no information to adjust, right? I'll have no data to work from to then make a better decision to create, in creating the outcome that I want to create, right? So you gotta number one, make that firm decision, really commit to making it happen, and then dive in, right? And then rip that band-aid off. Don't worry about how scared you are. Don't worry about uncertainty. Don't worry about being perfect, right? Those are all just fear patterns, afraid of what's uncertain, afraid of the risk, right? Risk is going to happen whether you like it or not. Change is going to happen whether you like it or not. So you might as well proactively attack it, as opposed to waiting for it to catch up to you and bite you in the ass. So I really like that episode, and it got my mind churning. So I wanted to shoot this off, before I forgot any of what I was talking about. Again, dive in head first, man. Dive in head first. Check the scenery, check the conditions, make sure everything is safe, create a plan, but stop delaying, right? As soon as you've made the decision that you're going to do it, figure out the best course, or the quickest course to get there, and get into action as quickly as possible. Because if you don't, your mind is designed to automatically slow you down, which, I think it's a great mechanism for the species as a whole. It's kept us alive this long, right? From an evolutionary standpoint, it's a great mechanism. But for us as individuals, it doesn't. It can work. It can work against us, if we're trying to achieve new goals and new outcomes in our life, right? Like, it can be counterproductive to what we're trying to achieve. So dive in, guys. Dive in, seriously. Like, yeah. As to Russell Brunson's point, the faster you get it done, the faster you'll get accustomed to it, right? The faster you'll get accustomed to being uncomfortable. The faster you'll get accustomed to that cold ass water in the lake that you're diving into, that you were afraid of in the first place, right? Why prolong that pain, right? Why go in 1 foot at a time, 1 toe at a time, and then up to the knees, and then up to the waist? No, like that's just torture. You dive in full in, then you'll get used to it much faster than the person that's waiting their way in, right? That's waiting in the shallows. And you'll not only get much more done, but you'll enjoy things much sooner. So commit to taking the plunge. Whatever your dream that you're trying to achieve, whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever new thing that's scary that you're worried about, just dive in. So that's my message, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know. I'm kind of hyper. We're out here running errands. I did have a lunch beer, so that might have something to do with it. But yeah, no, it's an important message. I just got excited. Really, mostly I got excited about the message and this episode with Russell Brunson, because there's a lot happening right now with all the stuff that I'm doing. So it's an exciting time to be around. Like the video. I know it makes sense. Hopefully it gets you excited. Follow me for more, because there's going to be lots more of the shenanigans happening. Yeah, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Leave me a comment if you have any comments in the comment section below. Another video for me every day. So tune in until next time, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace. Totally. I just did this. Totally missed. Peace. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later.